Alright, here we are at lovely Alpine. So I have a much longer video on talking about the beginner level of putting. But here's the short version, right? I think that one was like 10, 15 minutes long, maybe 20 minutes long, something like that. I go into a lot of detail. But here is the basic gist of it. There are three things that I want you to work on. Okay? The first one is you should make 10 putts from around 10 feet, and you should be within a foot of the hole. Then you'll go back to 15 feet, okay, somewhere in that, and you'll make 10 putts in a row, and you'll be within a foot and a half of the hole. All right, and then you'll go all the way back to 30 feet, okay, and from 30 feet, you should be within 3 feet of the hole. You need to be able to do that drill pretty easily. 10 putts in a row. You know, don't give yourself a hard time. Maybe a little less if you need to in the beginning, but I would say before you feel like you've mastered speed at a decent level, you need to be able to do those three drills 10 times in a row without much problem. All right, the second piece in the other video talks about the lines. Here is the quick recap if you don't have a lot of time. There is 1 inch of break, or so 1 inch of elevation between the lines, right? So between this line and this line, there's a 1 inch drop off in elevation. Okay, the closer the lines are together, the more it breaks. The further they are apart, the less it breaks. Right, and that's pretty much all there is to it on the breaks. You can see the lines are a little different. The lines all move the same speed, even though they don't look it. But that's pretty much the gist on the lines. And then I talked about the speed. So if you're on fast greens, which you probably are if you're watching this video since it's beginner level, you are going to have a breakdown of probably, say, somewhere between 20 and 30%. Right? So a 30-foot putt, 1 foot up, you're going to add somewhere between 20 to 30%. So you probably want to put a 30-foot putt that's 1 foot up, probably somewhere between 36 and 40 feet, roughly, right? And then same with the downhill on the fast. Okay, you would want to put, a 30-foot putt that's a foot downhill, somewhere between 20 and 23 feet. That's the closest math that helped me on the fast greens. The math is not the same on the very fast greens and pro greens. And then at the end of the longer video, I said I'll probably do an intermediate one and then a short one to go along with it, just like I did this one. And probably link it to the end of this video. But that's it. The drill that I talked about, 10, 15, 30 feet within 1, 1.5, and 3 feet respectively. The lines and how the brakes work. And then the speed and the percentages you can use to make the speed of the putt work for you. All right. If you can master those three things, if you can hit the speed right every time and you feel like you've got a good idea on the break, even if you're not making a lot of putts, if you've got a good idea on the break and you're burning edges and you're getting close and you're not leaving yourself with 10-foot putters coming back, if you're always a few feet from the hole every time you putt, you're doing well. Maybe jump over to the intermediate video if I've made it yet. If not, it's coming soon. I'll make it. So anyway, that's the short version if you only had a couple of minutes. So I appreciate you watching, and have a good one.